Renekton. The Renekton is... Hang on a second. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on, no, Calyx might be playing Rumble mid. I was thinking, oh, well, if you don't take phase reps, you can never trade. You must be able to... The only way that you win a lot of the... Hang on a second. Gets the E in there. Flashing from Chris. Calyx is probably blowing his flash too. I don't think you kill. One gank going from top side to bottom side was fine. I think this was risky. Okay, Chris starting to get the CC through. How CC can get through? Ooh, Taunt coming through. Tien doesn't have the flag drags. He's been rooted up by the Nico. Lights over the wall. First blood goes to Calyx. Remember, Calyx doesn't have flash, so he can't escape this. So this should still be a 1 for 2. Also, importantly, Tien has been left alive, and Tien also still has, he has a kill. He got the kill earlier. So now Tien has got himself, oh my god, after missing all of his ganks. Nico is hidden as a minion. Can Tien get this in time? Yes, he can. My dude, Gideon is right there. Careful, buddy. Oh, I say that. Oh, my... Oh, what is happening? Can someone hit some skill shots, please? God damn. Shahu gets the taunt down. Oh, Gideon. Tien wins his flag drag up. It's coming up in like 2 seconds. Doesn't he kill Gideon here? Okay, stuck up in real Lens. Doesn't want to go use the flash. Lens does have flash. Likely going to be flashing away. Tien flashing over. Lens, does he have an extra root in here? That was a little bit of a messy flash, I think, from Tien. He has himself a flag drag. Can he get it now? Oh my god, Tien. I mean, the secret is don't gank a lane. It was quite funny because it was just like, well, oh, EQ missed from Jovan. Ooh, Q missed from Vi. Oh, wait, are we back in? Yay. Yay, nice. There we go. Okay, so Tien is currently 3-0. He hasn't managed to back to spend any of that gold, but cool. Wait a second. So Tien has not only gotten away with not doing his bot 3 camps on that. Hang on a second. King and Flash from forwards. Chris doesn't have... Oh, he needs to hack slap. Oh, King over the Higgs Flash. Breathe, can you get anything more? It's so close. Chris has flashing over the wall. Tien goes to the place. Oh, he has no flash, but King can just flash forward aggressively. And the cow will take him down. What is happening? Oh, God. So now Gideon will...
Mid-sub also 3-0'd the people that beat them last time as well.
Is Raz going to cast Worlds? I believe so. I believe Raz is on the event. I think he was there on the talent announcement, which is very cool. Always appreciate Raz being there. Got to meet Raz again like this time last year. When did I first see Raz? Was that MSI 23? I met a lot of people at MSI 23 because it was just in my backyard basically. Hang on, Gideon going forwards.
There's some violence in carrying, that's quite important. The hero's entrance comes on in and will not be in time to save up Tien. The 3-0 Jarvan is now just dead.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a really fed Jarvan off the table. Really good engage coming through from Nongshim. So they have... Well, Weibo, they're catching him in the pit now. Chris going in, and Ibessa lands the ult.
Public execution, we love to see it. Can they get any more value CC'd up, though? And I think Breathe will be breathing no more, and Gideon gets another. Nongshim bouncing back happily across this fight because they're just picking up both the entrance members from Weibo Gaming.
Yeah, it looked like it was an okay engage coming in from Ibessa, but then the damage follow-up just wasn't that big. Chris flashed out early, and I wonder if that was a mistake, actually. Kind of left Jarvan alone in the front line position, and in life, at least King's died again on the side of Weibo. Kind of threatens the Renekton massively. Sometimes the Ambassador does, but not all the time. Chris going forward for the combo. Lens does have flash. Gideon does too. Might have to use them.
I think they are hitting the correct member of the Nico clone family, named the one that's not a clone. And so they hit them in the face with killing.
I have no idea. Gideon's going topside. He has ult again. Breathe does have flash, does have ult.
He needs to watch the wrist rocket punch. A good flash away from Breathe, who used the force to get a premonition of dark things coming.
You could have done the rockets for Corky's.
That's true. That would have been significantly sensier. But yeah,
Dragon taking away Weibo. Shahu is getting run up by... Wait, actually, who's running it? Who? Dragon's coming down. Does have Sun Sky. 700 gold ahead of the Vi. Calyx will be able to ease through them, presumably, to escape.
Gets a decent slice and dice. He might not need to escape at all, is my worry here. And over comes Lahend. I think this is going to be an absolute disaster for Weibo Gaming.
Oh,
Hero's entrance allows for a swift exit.
Yeah, I'm not sure you want to be attacking the Renekton with 1,000 gold lead. Renekton is so broken at this point in the game, just at the one item spike with a gold lead. Gideon does have ult and flash. This is super dangerous, isn't it?
I think Weibo might be dying here.
Chris does have ult, which means he could be in a bit of trouble himself. Gideon looking for the smite steal if he can. Didn't have smite actually.
Tien got it from his passive, I think, from the Gust Walker.
Oh, maybe occurring. Tien is walking up. Yay, violence. Shahu on the flank, and just watch Calyx. Calyx is so strong in reaction right now.
Does he want it? That's the pop block.
Oh, Chris!
Away. Very nice, Chris. That denies the attempted pop blossom engage, but it doesn't allow them to get towards the Herald. Crisp is going to have to heal to get some speed up as the slow from the Electro Harpoon came on in. Nongshim blow a couple ultimates, don't get any kills, but it's kind of vaguely Safari League of Legends, but the wildlife did try to interact.
Yeah, Safari League of Legends, we just watch the wildlife and see what happens. The Herald does go to Nongshim. Weibo don't get us cross map either. The best they get is teleport. It's gotta happen sometime.
It's gotta happen sometime. I mean, yes, obviously, dream would be to have it as this big grand tournament. All the important matches happen on weekends. But the problem is, if you do that with too many matches, it stretches the tournament way too long. And so it just ends up becoming unfeasible. So in the interest of the format being good, I'd much rather have some games on weekdays and deal with it. And that's Herald down. Gatling gun comes on down. I did have a guy in my chat from Masters whose name is Corky E sound effect.
Yes, no.
First message, it was I fall asleep to that sound. And
yeah, Sam, they were in our chat here too, Sam. Yeah, it was a wonderful
here
time.
as well, are they?
Yeah. Gideon going forwards, has the ult still. Galio coming in.
Out comes the cease and desist, the pop blossom ult flying everywhere. It's a lot of Venn diagrams of doom, and unfortunately, Tien is in the middle of all of them. And that will be a very dead Jarvan. They can now look towards the mid lane tier 1. Nongshim got King coming around from flank angle, looking for some Electro Harpoons, forcing Weibo to retreat. Crisp is trapped between no man's land, and a lot of very angry people. Has to flash his burning down. Just about survives. Kingen continuing to try to interrupt some backs. Can't secure any kills. And actually, the turret stands for a second or two, though I don't think Xiaohu can defend this for much of this wave, and Jiwoo should finish up.
They have
what
the three
team started. Breathe is TP'd in, though, and might have stuck around too long.
Well, Breathe doesn't have flash or ult, so we can't even do anything with that, so Jiwoo just gets to walk away. Weibo are falling into this problem where they get an engage with Tien and Xiaohu, and then there's 0 damage afterwards, because Light is not doing enough damage right now, and nor is Xiaohu.
I think what might be happening is the top tier 1 is going to die.
I think that one's pretty easily going to happen. Nongshim have been very good at just grouping up around these objectives in a way that, like, again, if you want to see a really good example of LPL versus LCK, watch the objective play in this game, where actually Weibo good skirmishes, but Nongshim have set up well around stuff like the Grubs and the Herald, which has led them to this kind of advantage.
Flag and drag forwards, looking to get the pop blossom turnaround as Lehens does get a serious punish. Crisp very late on the Galio. Just about survives. In comes the Galio, and of course the Cataclysm from Jarvan. Good value there. Xiaohu down trying to ult. Will come across. Finally gets another knocker, but it's only onto the clone of the Nico and a little bit of the Jiwoo, who's largely untouched and continue to free fire. Hurricanes in, and the Yunara just blows everyone's health bars to smithereens.
Oh, the 4-man on X and Q shreds the HP bars as well. Nongshim will get a huge fight and the inner turret. And Weibo, I think this game's kind of dead. Not doing enough damage in the Corky. And Xiaohu's so far behind that he's not really following up either.
That is pretty ridiculous. And again, the mid lane Renekton has just proven insanely valuable. Gone diving into it. It's been horrible. Gets a steal!
Tien!
Oh, the Prince of Thieves gets some value there. Yeah, and like there's a public execution that's missed on Jiwoo as he gets knocked up by the hero's entrance as well. Like, even the potential turnaround from Weibo Gaming just doesn't quite land. And it just gives so much freedom for that Yunara to do value. And Calix is in danger here, though. Just about survived, but not for long as the public execution drags one of the turret. Problem is Breathe is immediately CC'd, and so it goes into a 1-for-1. Electro Harpoon lands on the Light Flash. Vault Breaker. Nice combo from Gideon. And now Xiaohu and Crisp need to run away because there's another Vault Breaker. Another punch in the face, and the Relentless Force keeps running.
And Gideon just keeps spamming through the Qs. In fact, it didn't even need the flash. That was still on cooldown, actually. But yeah. I was like, hang on a second, how did he get there?
Because that where I was wrong that time.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Wow. Jax will be very proud.
Yeah. He's not in this.
Imagine if you had a real, I don't know,
light source.
Imagine if you used a real word. Yeah. Stop using fake words, Sam.
I mean, no one.
Dragon Skin attack. It's quite obvious after that. Nongshim have a very large. The gold lead. No, they don't.
I need to focus. Stop this.
The red buff taken away by Nongshim. Go for a fight. Maybe the boss side showable.
Yeah, there's some denting blows and some relentless force. And is that the vibe burst thing on a punch, isn't it? Relentless force.
Pretty sure. It used to be excessive force, but then they renamed that for reasons.
Same that assault and battery is now cease and desist.
And public execution didn't rename that one.
No, that one. In fairness, that one is very fitting for Ambessa's character, who is all about the corporal punishment. Light does need to be a bit wary here, as the Vault Breaker was being charged, still being charged. Goes forward, does Gideon, looking for a potential cease and desist angle. Gets dragged under the turret for it, flagged and dragged, and probably be down to hell, but no, a flash away keeps Gideon alive on sub 10 HP. Breathe is about to go down as Nightmare continues to be the most irritating human on the planet, which would be a shock to no one as the Pop Blossom comes on in. And yes, it did. I saw it on screen. Do not gaslamp me, you cretin.
Probably he didn't say flash. Anyway, Baron's big stud. Let's talk about that.
No one's ever heard of that ability.
Whoa, wait. They've leashed Baron? Hang on a second. Can Weibo just revenge barrier them? I think they have. It's happening live on my stream. Kingen, it might flash over, but hang on a second. I think Weibo might be able to leash this Baron.
Alex is kind of what a flank angle here as well. Knight's low, but Kingen looking to come and pin people in. I think that Corki's in danger, especially with the Electro Harpoon hit. Down to 10% HP. Calyx with a flash. I think Corki has to leave them. He's got no DPS. Baron's still going down, but what about getting out? Java gets it, but the Pop Blossom on everyone. It's a massacre. At least Xiaohu gets one, but I'm not looking happy for the rest of the game. Xiaohu does a decent amount of work, but the damage is all just not there.
And with 3 people left alive, Nongshim will run it down mid lane and end this game. It was a revenge Baron, which Weibo thought might be able to slingshot them back in. No, it didn't. Nongshim, really clean set of players around the early topside objectives, make up for some poor early skirmishes, and Weibo get a little bit blasted the later the game goes on. I don't think they were ready for this Renekton mid. Calyx had an awesome game on it. In terms of MVP, not exactly. Did you know he has a skin for Aatrox, which I hope he plays next year? I didn't know that, Boring. No, I didn't know that. Incredible. Nongshim going to push in towards bot lane, and they do have the 3 grubs. So they'll be able to take that tag quickly.
Didn't you end up winding up certain members?
And we've been enjoying the show. Very much looking forward to it. Yeah, it feels wrong in that sense, right? If there's an English cast, I don't want to like add another one on top of it. Hans is going to walk into Tien. He's going to find Gideon there too. Galliot's coming in.
That's not a bad flag and drag. The problem is Gideon is still pretty damn tanky. Public execution comes across. They might actually get that pick off. That's not bad. Can they get anything more? Nice dodge away from Jiwoo though. Tien finally gets the Catechism. Flash on forward for the pole flash. The flash out from the Yunara means nothing. She's dead. Pop Blossom's there, but not in time. As Weibo are fighting this one really well. Breathe with a lot of healing. It's getting some work. And Xiao just is punched one of the base. And Kingen, the world's MVP, is dead.
Sam, they've just killed 4 for none.
Yeah.
That's 7k down. There's a wave, I believe, ahead of that lane anyway. He's just going to try and stop it being as quick to the turret. So it means that I guess they can't go clear through a full inhibitor. Weibo don't have grubs themselves. There is a wave on top side. Breathe should be able to take that one down. Lahen's dying so late, though, does leave Nongshim without their support for a little while.
It does, and the gold lead is just largely halved at this point.
No, never said that. Yeah, never said that at all. I think we're now at a point where it is on an execution-based teamfight. King, it is on the flank. Xiao, who does need to get out safely here. Oh, Xiao.
That's the public execution turnaround there, and they can re-enter with the hero's entrance. It's all a bait. It's all a ruse. They get the Gen.G. Jiwoo needs to start turning it around. It's caught within the Winds of War. The taunt comes on through, and that means Yunara is dead to right. Calyx needs to run away, but it's burning out. The Death's Dance brings him down, and Nongshim get blasted.
No way. How have Weibo done this? The AoE teamfight is insane. The combo missing from Chris. We'll blame that one on lag. Chris may be burning down. So close. The cow will make it out alive. The steak seared, but not sauteed. Xiaohu will go in mid lane, take the mid lane in a turret, and Nongshim from such a good position.
He had to understand his wisdom, Alex.
You know, he had to make us suffer first for us to understand his true wisdom. He gets the Winds of War down. Insane, just random bits of AoE. And now Weibo do have the damage they lacked earlier.
There's a Medjais in inventory for Xiaohu.
Oh my god, how's that happen? Even like stuff like the Horizon Focus for the stat stick is kind of insane too. Chris doesn't have flash. The Galliot's coming in.
He's summoned the Batman, and that will be the bat signal put on down. Taunt comes on down to the Calyx again. The Renekton that was so scary earlier on is now becoming a lot more killable. This is a lot of HP, not that much else. That's the ult and the Sterak's out.
Yeah, Infernal is up on the table for Nongshim, and Nongshim do have better positioning. I'm a little bit afraid that Chris on so low HP and no ult can't engage in the way he wants to. Tien's going to start trying to heal off the red buff. Taking the dragon lower, this could be a flip for the Infernal Soul in favor of Nongshim.
Tien won the flip earlier. Pop Blossom from the Hens gets to the backside. They pulled off the dragon. Tien's still around. They get the taunt from Xiao, who
Breathe!
Execution. Breathe now in danger. Dragon still going down on the other side. It's a split fight. Tien on the backside gets flashed on by Calyx with the Ruthless Predator. Tien needs to try and get in. They don't. That's Soul now for Nongshim, who are managing this fight well. Crisp goes down, and Nongshim right the ship. No! And the stormy weather instead comes for Weibo Gaming. Their own ship begins to crack and crumble, and they are keelhauled.
No, wait, Sam, wait.
Wait, can look for some more. Hang on. Some Drakeout stepping. That'll be Gideon trying to vault break Taker away. Xiaohu just is punching. Gets slowed down. Winds of War just shy.
The Infernal Cinder's getting Gideon out to safety. He picked them up so he could... Gold is within, you know, around about 1,000 at 36 minutes in. It's a hell of a close game, actually. And going on to the flashless Nico.
Oh, boy. I think that's just a very dead Lehens. Pop Blossom comes on through, and they get the kill. Nicely done.
Wow, I mean, Tien and Xiao get brought low, but this is one of the problems with Nico. Nico is a very fragile champion. Really difficult to uphold now, and this is a problem because you can catch off people like the flashless Renekton, maybe.
Flash to the taunt. They do get a hold of that. There's a GA to work with. That's a lot of a bounce house. The equalizer is decent, but then the perfect execution to the backside gets a lot of value for Breathe, who makes it a very public moment. There's the Pop Blossom value, but unfortunately, not that clean as yet, as the GAs everywhere are getting broken down. Jiwoo down to his own GA, gets an Arc of Ruin off before he dies. Calyx with the Ruthless Predator getting some value, and Nongshim actually end up cleaning up the fight pretty damn well. The health bars are low, Light with the slightly longer range, but the health bars and the man disadvantage making this very dicey indeed.
Weibo took that fight just before the Galliot came back up. Looking for something to go from the other side here. They do know that this ward is here. Chris out of vision, going for the combo.
He sees that's what he was seeing, a potential angle on him, but maybe it's all a ruse. Weibo Gamer, you can't take the blessings of the god for granted. You've got to play with them respectfully.
Now, Alistair doesn't have ult for the Elder coming up in 10 seconds. Oh, jeez. Chris really needs some healing from somewhere. Not exactly sure where he's going to get that. That's a bit of a problem.
Gideon on flank angle.
He is on a flank, and reminder that Light doesn't have GA still. That was taken down in that last fight. Most of the GA is down in the game.
Yeah, I think every GA, there were 4 of them, they're now all gone, but then we're looking at the Elder down to half HP. Redemption coming on in, allowing a potential face check on in. There's the equalizer. It's decent. Like, everyone with the Pop Blossom. Lehens is a heretic, and the blessings of the god mean nothing. They do manage to kill off Jiwoo, though. That's not bad going Breathe, because you just dance in the backside. That Pop Blossom might not be enough. Elder taken, though, by Gideon. The turnaround fight getting tricky, but it might not matter. They're losing. Nongshim with Elder, still losing.
So close. Calyx, does he have enough damage in? I think they're going to win against the Elder Dragon. The steal comes through, but a triple kill to Xiaohu will still win the game.
What is a dragon god in the face of the blessings of the grasshopper god? Weibo Gaming managed to make it work in the most dramatic, cinematic fashion possible.
Our grasshopper god, Guo Yongji, kept us guessing. But truly, the faithful are rewarded. Predicted Weibo, Weibo will win game 1 somehow.
I would suggest against VOD reviewing this game. All it will give you is conniptions. If you want to, though...
Yorick, but I think Aatrox is pretty fine here, too.
Was God go with prediction chart? I missed it. Yes, he was. Yes, it was. It was Weibo Gaming, I believe. For the record. Pen, you have now been blessed by my knowledge of God Guo. How did I do this? Was I putting headphones? Was I looking at... I must have just been looking at chat. Either way, Calyx doesn't have a flash, has died to Tien. Tien is now slightly in danger, but gets across the wall. Potential flash angle, won't do it. Rune Prison comes on down. Remember, Calyx doesn't have a flash. Xiaohu wants it, can't quite get past the command dissonance. And so ends up blowing his flash for not all that much value. Tien trying to steal some more here. Winter's Bite comes down. Dark Dustbringer goes wide. Tien is low, but does have Smite in a few seconds. May wait on it. No Smite for Gideon. Resonating strike angle. Can potentially jump onto Gideon, who will have the spell shield angle. Jumps on forwards. There's the cripple. Look for a bit more. Lands. Oh my days, doesn't quite get the Q past the Calyx. Good observing. Fear onto Crisp, who's in danger. Safeguard shield keeps them all alive. He tower dove level 3. Yeah, I think I just missed it. I think I just missed it. I don't know how. Back towards red buff we look. Invade happening. Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike. Red buff secure, but the realm up now in. In comes the Paranoia, but it's an escape Paranoia. No, it was just to get the Shockwave in range. Oh, what a turnaround. Absolute heads up stuff from Gideon. Flash from Light will at least get 1 kill back, but I think the emotional damage alone is done. That was clean. So, picture the scene. Red buff invade. Weibo Gaming have got themselves an early kill on Tien's Lee Sim from a tower dive. I definitely saw and definitely didn't miss and definitely not been gaslit about.
Right, okay. Anyway, Grub's getting started here. We might have to recap me on that later.
That might be true. Might be true, as they got a little bit of a dazzle coming on forwards from the Tarek. TM will land the Sonic Wave, though, potentially looking to get involved with a bit more damage. Lahen's only at the level 4 with the Brawn passive stacking. I think he's just a very dead Tarek.
No, King is going on to Light.
They're find King on the backside. They get some value with Jiwoo. Also finds the angle across. Nicely managed there. A little too deep on the Tarek, and it all starts going wrong. They do at least finally bring the Tarek down, but he was more than tanky enough to cause some chaos.
Both the carries are now down for Weibo, and I'm not sure Weibo can really stick around. Q from TN, he might be able to ward hop out.
Can potentially do that. Will safeguard over to his teammates. Kingin gets pulled back by the Infernal Chain.
That was an insane fight from Kingin, by the way. Flashed over the body blockers and ulted straight onto Light, who just ate it after that point.
Blasted.
Now suddenly, 3-0-3 Jiwoo on Kai'Sa, which is not an Orianna combo with the Kai'Sa flying through. And being this far down now against these kind of carries, that's going to be really hard to do.
I mean, the Orianna was having a horrible time, and then has managed to come back in. Now, however, it might be on the wrong end of a very aggressive gank from 3 members. Looking for the rune present. The shockwave lands only onto Xiaohu, and that means Calyx is a dead robot.
Breed will flash out of the shockwave. Who do they give the kill over to? Towards Tien's Lee Sins. They managed to shut him down a little bit there. I don't know if it was actually a true shutdown. I didn't see the extra gold on top of it. I wasn't looking, basically. Like, we'll throw the feathers in there. We'll see the red buff being taken. And yeah, a little earlier into the tournament, Lahen's and Gideon really sticking around here.
There's been a lot of play around these red buffs, for better and worse. Nongshim got the better of the last one.
Hang on, Xiaohu's
Dazzle
here.
comes across, but now they're going to look to collapse. Gideon has got Paranoia. Where's the shockwave angle? Going to try and use the Paranoia to escape via Light, but he doesn't have a spell shield anymore. That means this Nocturne in danger. Rune Prism on the other side onto Lahen's, who's only level 5. Looking for the Dazzle. Does get the stun. Flashes away. Crisp now in danger as Light gets kicked. A bit of an angle as Jiwoo, I apologize, the one who gets kicked. There's still some turnaround. Both supports dying. Light needs to back away. Does bring a landing. Xiao trying to speed away. Jiwoo flashing. Trying to get some more value, but doesn't have a Q cooldown. Light has to Feather Storm.
Yeah, and Calyx,
and as we all know,
which is a true story.
Exactly. That's what happened in 2020, guys.
Important though. Does anyone know who God Guo has been predicting? Hang on, there's going to be the Rumble coming in. A lot of damage onto the Brawn.
Here we go. There's the Paranoia. Dazzle comes on down alongside the Cosmic Radiance. Potential angle to give themselves a little bit of time to roll with. Jiwoo trying to escape with the Killer Instinct. Dazzle just wide. They have killed off the Brawn, but now everyone's got to run. There's the passives from Brawn begin to fly, even from beyond the grave. They do kill off the Nocturne.
Really good Tarek ultimate to save a lot of damage. Turns it into a 1-for-1, but Weibo's still showing that they haven't really wanted to fight into 3 members like this. Breathe heading over the wall, though, to make sure there's some extra damage available.
Potentially going to leave this turret alone, though, for King, and we're diving.
So we're going for a 5v4. Remember that, hang on, good shovel shockwave. Yeah, it's Kai'Sa roaming up river.
Xiao has to flash away. All the while, Jiwoo's in danger as Tien finds him and will be forcing the ult out of the Kai'Sa.
Okay, so Kai'Sa, very low HP. Does that open up a mid lane turret take for Weibo?
King's still on bot turret, by the way, completely untouched.
Kingin will take the bot lane turret. The question is, what do Weibo get elsewhere? Do they get anything on mid lane? Not sure about that.
You get a bit of a shove, actually. There's some pings and some assists. Look at the Scion ulting up to mid lane. They want to get this turret. I think Light might stick around and just trade his life for it. Gets the auto and does secure it. Has got to Featherstorm the ult, but now they're looking to get behind. Jiwoo in danger as the Sonic Wave lands. That means Kai'Sa's in danger. All the while, both AD carries are being traded out on their opposite numbers. That's a bit scary. Kingin going to get taken low here. Has to flash, still stunned up. Door comes on down. Now Kingin's in danger as the concussive blow stack. Oh, Winter's Bite onto Gideon. Jiwoo with no ult, but does have a flash. The health bar to Weibo going so low. The Acanthian Rain! And a Realm War gets away. Here's the Realm War. Does Xiao have a flash? No, we have to blow it topside. They kill off the Kai'Sa. Feather's still flying. Lahen's is here with a bit of healing courtesy of the Starlight Touch. And that means that Kingin survives with the Soul Furnace shield on top of everything else.
So Tien was farming top camps, which allowed him to get behind it up. This would be second dragon for Weibo, first for Nongshim. Do we get a proper fight here? But the problem is, if Weibo walk into this, they would be walking into the Nocturne Orianna combo. I don't think they want to test that right now. They'll give it over.
Feats of strength as well now. Nongshim have got really strong feet. Like muscular feet.
Yep, they are so, yep. See the tendons and the veins and everything. Yeah. Herald into mid lane, 2 grubs on top of it. This won't insta-kill the turret, but it'll take a good chunk out of it.
And they can just stick around again. They've got a sign here. They're going to throw down the Nocturne combo into the air. Immediately goes the Xayah. Dazzle down, and of course the Cosmic Radiance is going to time out now. And that means that Nongshim down some really big tools. The Shockwave lands onto Xiaohu, but no one else. Redemption coming on forwards. Light! Dazzle! Light, no!
Light just walked forwards. Just
towards the Light!
What? He had no flash. He just used his ultimate. G will kill. Breathe. Light may have just thrown the game off of that. Well, that was some proper Nirvana gaming. Well, you may know the Rise group. Well, I mean, not that Nongshim was part of that. Well, welcome to the Nirvana group. Not that Weibo was part of that, but they're definitely repping their region's lower groups there. So Atakan's now getting started. This was a very playable game. Now it is very hard if the Nocturne Oriana gets decent value. Kingen getting an angle with the Mega Blast Cone. Atakan getting started.
So going to try and find an alt angle across the Atakan down to 5,000 HP with a feather pull, and this Lee Sin's going to be pretty hard necessarily to stop the steal. It just come on through nonetheless though, and they kill off Xiaohu, and it's just going from bad to worse. Kingen with a choo-choo train on the backline, and Weibo Gaming flip at Atakan, and the burgers with their fries go straight to Nongshim, who eat them up greedily.
And it's a great bloody game for most of it, and then suddenly it's a lights out performance. Nongshim take 2 big fights, a ton of things go their way, including 2 mid lane turrets and the Atakan on the steal. They'll run down mid lane as well. They have the 2 grubs, the 45 petal stack as well. Nongshim firmly in the lead.
I genuinely thought with Feathers and Lee Sin secure, that Nocturne was going to have a hard time securing that, and yet nonetheless it happens, and they get the fight afterwards. And Weibo Gaming, look, all I'm saying is I think they've taken the
off here. Anyone else roaming down? There's no Nocturne here. Calix is left out of sorts here. This should be an okay play to make.
Yeah, they don't even necessarily need the wave yet. They're going to try and find some value. Team's going to take some damage, so Golden goes the side of Calix, who can't find the shockwave. Nice kill. And a secure on that one. Well managed. They get the arm guard broken. The problem is, of course, that it's going to cost them an inhibitor turret.
Now, it's still a good trade given the state of the game. Should they have realistically gotten a kill on a turret? No, it's quite hard to. They're going to trade for 2 down here, actually. They use the Realm Warp to bring the minions further forward.
Oh, wow, they're charging in. They're going to try and get the double damage from the Scion. That's not bad. In comes the Nocturne and the Cosmic Radiance. Damage everywhere. Breathe needs to get back to the Fountain. Decent healing. Jiwoo survives, but managed to flash out, having a Cathian rain down the wall. And he ain't King and World's MVP from 2022. He don't have the skin, and therefore Cosmic Light tries to get some revenge and will at least help get a kill onto the AD carry. And so the game actually survives. Light, not bad.
Yeah, the game goes on. Nongshim take a bunch of turrets. I don't think they'd do that to us. Dragon is now spawning now. Teleport coming in from the Aatrox. Kingen's coming in as well. Tien will find out both Lahens and Kingen. Dragon is spawning as we speak.
Somebody said third dragon.
Yeah, it's been too much fighting to take it. It is still only 23 minutes into the game.
But we often do get to soul point at this point.
Jiwoo's coming out of base. Light is as well. So both AD carries late to the play.
This one gets a bit interesting. Gideon does not have Cosmic Radiance yet, still a long cooldown, and maybe he's getting some damage back. Where is that flank angle? Kai'Sa about to find an angle onto the Lee Sin. That's good news for Jiwoo, who blows up Tien on the flank angle. They've blown up Xayah from Gideon going in with the Paranoia too. It's just a win for Nongshim.
Nongshim will cleanly end the game at just over 24 minutes. It is 32 kills in 24 minutes, a proper bloodbath. Nongshim Red Force turning the Rift red as Weibo. They'll be ruining this one. I think this game was much more playable before that play in the mid lane. Breathe will breathe no more, and Nongshim will even up the series.
That was a game of League.
I mean, sure, it also is a champion that if you get hit with a cocoon, you don't have the natural tank stats that some of the other engaged supports have, so you will just get blown up.
See what Chris wants to do, though, right? Because they've gotten a huge lead for Light. I think he's pretty comfortable in this lane unless he really misplays. So where can Chris go to try to further accentuate this lead here for Weibo in the early phase? Good little dodge there from Lahens, but he is going to have to flash. Tien predicts it, gets the stun. One more auto from Light with the lethal tempo. No,
he's
and
dead.
The turret's actually going to get Lahens for his blood. Oh, Light.
Yep, that's the problem. We still haven't recalled here. Jiwoo gets this wave to himself. He even gets the cancel Tien. I would have loved to have seen Light and this bottom lane move into top side, muscle away this Gnar, because you know that you have an advantage. You know that Jinx is weak. And, I mean, she only has... Oh, God, Breathe is probably dead too now.
Yeah, pillar for the slow. Breathe doesn't even flash.
Play.
And Tien sitting on his. That's the big threat to Calix. He has to respect whenever the Elise and Caitlyn are together. There's a lot of burst potential. Kingen flanking around in mini-Gnar form. Gideon and Lahens are leading a bit of a charge. It's a Weaver's Wall coming down to try and trap Tien, and we might have to see one of those flashes come off the board. Or Tien just dodges any sort of crowd control and walks right back in to the belly of the beast. First grub down there. Kingen going to get engaged on with that Glacial Prison. Lahens gets a 2-man knockup, though, on Light and Chris. The rocket sinks through. Kingen is not going to be able to transform pretty soon here. Light is going to have to flash over the wall. The pillar, though, is really well placed there from Gideon. And the gold-leading Light Caitlyn is cut down.
That's 2 kills now. Let's go look at bottom side. Breathe just got himself a single grub that does go over to Weibo. But this is the value that Trundle I always talk about. Because Jinx would be really strong. Caitlyn is still waiting to finish a collector here. They're taking control of mid.
All right.
Oh, icy cold. Oh,
my God, Xiaohu. Dodges the hard abilities, walks into the
stopping measure with having the Sejuani on your team. Breathe has to be careful. There's not enough members. Tien is coming, so is Chris, but they're going to be very late to this play. No Mega here for Kingen anymore.
Okay, Kingen trying to use the Hens as a body block. He's going to walk back through the turret. Tien is here. Good double hop, though. Gideon going to get re-engaged on. Uses the subjugate onto Tien, and that's going to really shut down any sort of re-engage here from Chris or Breathe, knowing they can't get through all those resistances, and it's more turret plates farmed up here as Calyx is trying to pigeonhole Xiaohu in, knowing he doesn't have that Emperor's Divide. Xiaohu does have the ult coming back up shortly. Will he look to get crafty here out of the brush? Waiting for Calyx to step forward. There's the seismic shove missed. Xiaohu.
Oh, no!
Right. Okay. Oh, it was Ultimate. Light drops the ace of the hole, gets the kill on the bot side. We see Jiwoo. Oh, boy. They're going to get the Jinx the reset. There it goes. Jiwoo gets excited. Breathe. You cannot hold on to that flash much longer, my friend. Trundle Pillar is going to force it out. Leheads goes after him for a grand entrance. It's a little short. And Kingen doesn't even double hop over the wall. So it's a 1-for-1 across the map.
All right, come on. Xiaohu, how much gold are we getting on the opposite side? We're not hitting this turret. We're not finishing this off. Side lane gold for Azir is nice. He'll finish his first item coming out of base here. This has to be an Asher suit. That's good. This is a good, I guess, recompense for what has been going on. Breeze should be able to survive. There's Hellbar behind.
Xiaohu, he held onto his ultimate and hardbar into 2, though. Breathe is fine. Crisp has the repel if he needs it, does get knocked up, or maybe he doesn't have the repel. He's cut down first. Xiaohu has to use the Emperor's Divide defensively, but the Trundle Pillar and the power of Jinx. Xiaohu's flank is brought to a grinding halt, and Nongshim turn their attention to more turret plates, and they're actually going to lose the plating now. They're just going to pick up this bot tier 1. Nongshim have so much more real estate on the map right now. Oh, it's getting worse.
Slayer, you know what I just realized? If this wasn't just LPL English, we could be, we can be a little balanced about this. This is basically a Nongshim 3-0.
Like looking at an Elise, and I don't know if it's just like having to watch Yanni Turbo lose on Elise after like the first 15 minutes.
He griefed me today, bro. He griefed me on this champion today. He was very old on the Elise.
It's just, all right, we'll save those discussions. Tien, the only tank? Yep, blown up. Jiwoo gets the reset. A lot of damage out of Light on the backside. Calyx flashes out, but he's on vision. Ace in the hole. Light gets a kill back here, but the problem is Jiwoo is accelerated, and Breathe is the next one to learn to pay the toll. Nice little slam there from Kingen, and there's nothing for Light to do. Flash doesn't matter. It's a 3-for-1 special here for Nongshim. I want to point out the turret the disparagement of turrets on the map as well. Like all these little pick plays in the jungle, these don't happen if you don't knock down the 3 first turrets. So it's really hampering Weibo's ability to set up because they constantly have to be clearing out vision in their own jungle, looking out for the Hens in their own jungle. This Trundle, this Jinx, this Talia that could pop out from anywhere. It's what really slows down any comeback mechanics for this one. And, well, a pillar wall combination. Nongshim are really dialed in on the terrain advantages they have in this matchup.
I think that the fact that we're looking for a fast play like that from Calyx is really heads up from him. They're going to summon the Herald in mid, just corral them away from the mid lane. Maybe they even get themselves an excited proc here. See that Jiwoo is connecting with the rest of the team as Gideon wants to look for something, but it is Breathe on a side lane. Try to finish this turret. He'll get it with the Demolish proc and the almost Trinity Force he has. It is going to be an objective bounty going over to Weibo, but they're losing everything else around the map. A turret falls in mid for Jiwoo.
That is a plus gold trade. Crystal going to try and blow him up. Redemption value. There it is for Lehens. But Glacial Prison is much better. Jiwoo flashing away, but Chris will follow with the repel, and Lehens is going to get bailed out by another clutch Trundle Pillar, but that is a good way to trade back the tier 2 gold that Jiwoo just gained by shutting him down.
They're not going to get anything for this. At most, what I expect is that Xiaohu will get this top tier 1. Maybe Calyx ends up teleporting after he finishes his blue buff. This is nothing here for Weibo. There's still 2 minutes before.
Elise, Jax has some AP and then Azir. And then also, there's no heal cut, so that Subjugate will actually heal you a lot with the Spear Visage. So we'll see how
the Spear Visage plus his W giving him an increased healing as well. He's pretty dangerous to deal with. I like the shout out there. This Otacon is for free. Unless Tien makes a miracle steal, which we've seen time and time again.
Nice Weaver's Wall.
Oh!
And he gets flicked, but he gets close enough. Oh my god, that went down to 1,300. They do flick Kingen back, but he just hops back over the wall and follows the rest of his team. And now Gideon's unleashed. Running down light. The rocket's going to go wide, but the Otacon secured there by Nongshim, and they'll just set right back into their oppressive side lane set.
There it is. Talia Wall pulls him on forward. Now, I won't consider that a big team fight loss, but it was the Otacon, and now they have 36 petals, which, if you don't know, if you have the Otacon and you have above 30, you will get increased value from the Spirit Petals, giving you a little bit more experience, a little bit more adaptive force, as long as it's above 30. So, good job for Nongshim. They get to leapfrog over their opponents when it comes to experience, especially Kingen, who's about to be 3 levels over Breathe.
Not a good recipe for this Jax that really needs those levels.
Damn.
And just time to scale here. Time to start knocking on more turrets. Gideon loves swinging that club at structures. Bot lane tier 2 to go to the wayside. And you're starting to see the, oh my god, the power that Xiaohu is not able to wield, losing his flash now. The power for Crisp. It's so hard to play this Elise out once these comps just group up. Oh, it does set up for a good headshot, so at least Light gets 1 kill back. It supports traded. Oh my god, Light's damage is ludicrous onto Kingen. Gideon having to block the ace of the hole, or that would have been a double up.
Well, all of the experience, look at the boots here from Nongshim. It's MR, MR, and then MR here for Lahens. There is no armor here coming on through from Nongshim, so they think the most important members are going to be Tien and Xiaohu here. Maybe even trying to stop a little bit of that damage from Crisp. It's the Dragon going up.
Range. He hits any of these spells, you get the slow, and you cut down that gap much quicker. Nongshim still pretty antsy, still want to play with what they deem to be a pretty significant lead, so they're going to overload back towards the top side again. I think, oh, hold on. They get the Cocoon onto Calyx into Glacial Prison, but he flashes back. There isn't enough damage coming through from Xiaohu. They're going to get the flank onto Breathe. Calyx is in desperate danger. Nongshim, can they even rescue this at all? No. They're going to have to secede their mid laner. It took all 5, but Weibo gets themselves...
Kingen also will not have Mega Gnar for this, so this is now a window for Weibo to try to get into the pit here. Tien's moving up forward with Breathe. Crisp is right behind him, and Xiaohu is just now entering the play. Baron might go over.
Oh, Tien, though. Look, he's trapped up next to the pillar. Gideon just needs to finish the Baron. Tien can't get it. He tries to flash desperately, but it goes down. And Jiwoo gets excited off the Baron and doubles up on the kill on top of Tien. Charm knock up onto Light. That was a served up supper for Gideon to munch down on, courtesy of Lahens. Breathe with the Counter-Strike stun is just going for a desperate play. It's Xiaohu with a huge flick back, but it was too little, too late, and they might have just signed their death warrant with the solos dropping. Nongshim may have sputtered in game 1, but they've looked dominating ever since, and they will go to the upper semifinals of the Asia Invitational with a game 3 win over Weibo.
That's going to be Nongshim going and waiting for tonight's opponents. BNK Fearex versus D plus Kia. And now Weibo waiting for either of these.
Lulu special. And just try and help you deal with a lot of these diving threats coming out of BFX's lineup.
That's the scary thing, right? Is DK have drafted full
Underrated
scale.
things in League. Good news, Al. We can stop bees. We can finally be bees. Vikla might need to ult out. This is a problem. Flashes away.
Yeah, Beryl's low. Does have the wild growth. Hasn't broken it. Can still look to break that emergency glass. Low, heal down, but Kellen also down both summons, worth noting as well.
He is. Aiming was... that is an absolute steal from D+.
Hang on, Clear. He's gone.
Shiwoo's solo kill onto Clear. Damn! Gets himself nothing about Ruby Unique. Just completely different demographic to this. Decent taunt here onto Showmaker. Can they follow? Clear does have ult.
Oh, hang on. It's not Jungle Camille, but it'll do just fine. Showmaker is in the baby cage. And no one puts Baby in the corner aside from BFX.
And yes, Medic is a rugby fan too. We occasionally watch it in the green room in LEC. And
as is Dagda.
Yeah, Dagda as well. Yeah, big Irish rugby fan.
Showmaker hops away, stays alive. Raptor's gone quite deep for this and gets subjugated. He might be in danger here, actually. Oh, the wild growth knockup. There's the CC. Nicely managed, D plus Kia.
Nice, getting a kill onto Raptor, and you're absolutely right. It's not like crazy amounts of CC from D plus, but if you're in melee range, I really loved some of like the back rows they had then. Oh god, it was such a good team. It was a good team. Welsh Rugby not seeing its best days now.
No, it's been a tough couple years to be a Welsh fan.
Aiming starting to bully out Victor here too. You know what? I actually think DK might have done enough to see through what I thought was a dangerous composition.
Yeah, and again, I think early on especially, the Galio and the...
Very cool. Aiming takes that bot lane turret, and now suddenly you do have, you know, Onivia does have his Mimic, uses that. He's going to have to play some smoke and mirrors. How far can he dash away?
Right, I'm going to do the Mission Impossible theme. You're going to cast this.
Okay. Showmaker going on a secret mission. This is your mission if you choose to accept it. Going under the tower using his HP as a resource. I would consider that a win. Gets away with the execute. Top side, DK do take themselves the turret up there. 2 turrets to none right now. DK trying to play some smoke and mirrors, split the map a little bit. And because the Camille is not far enough ahead to force fights on the rest of the map by dropping off of a lane, I think DK feel pretty emboldened to do so. Lucid walking forwards. Can they get 2 to another turret off his? Damn, nice play.
I'll do that. Who needs grubs when you can just hit turrets? They'll drop a Herald bot side and that's nice enough, but I think you're largely pleased as that for D+ gear. Away we go.
Yeah. The reason it's like quote-unquote boring is, hang on, it might get a little bit more interesting right now. Thank you so much for the chat curse, or the chat blessing. Galliol coming back up. Here comes the big fight.
And the Hextech ultimatum, the wild growth buys time. Clear flashes out to survive, but that means Vikler and Kellen are caught in the middle of everyone. They get the taunt. In comes Raptor, Cyclone, Diablo coming across, and this is the damage we were worried about. Showmaker looking to get some damage on top of Diablo, but he's gonna have to flash away. Doesn't get the kill, gets over the wall with the distortion. Raptor still running, and over comes Clear. The equalizer's dangerous. Lucy getting some damage. Raptor slowed down. The smite, the hook shot. They will make a 1-for-1. Vikler just as punching forward, gets the Winds of War damage down. Diablo gets the Ardent Blaze speed up. Showmaker coming in, flash from Diablo, but Showmaker hops back, gets a massive proc, and they're just dancing on him. It's a tight skirmish in the 2v2, but Clear can't get it in, and Showmaker gets another. The Dark Seal stacks continue to mount.
Showmaker turning back. Soul Stealer to sack up a little more.
Souls of heaven.
Oh, shut up.
Feed my book till it wants no more.
Shiru has flash, but he can't flash out of this one.
And comes the cage, trying to get some value. Why, oh Rumble.
Oh, God. This is going to be just so incomprehensible for
anyone who's not been
Shiru had flash. By the way, fun fact, you actually can't flash while you are Hextech Ultimatum.
Really?
It locks you out from casting that, yeah. Showmaker jumping force trying to get some poke, gets a little bit, but Shiru being dead does remove a lot of the threat from D+.
Showmaker with his Medjais will need to be a little bit wary here. He's got the arm guard, but taken to about 2/3, gets over, gets a bit of a chunk onto Kellen, but it really is very nominal at this point. 2,000 HP on the Dragon. DK still winning the play this. Showmaker.
Oh, he gets it!
Stole it! Oh my god, Lucid. The culling comes on down, but Lucid is just not taking that much damage. Will maybe look to go forward. We've got TP from Shiru. Actually, still going to be on cooldown. What happened? Showmaker trading up Clear as the tactical sweep goes wide. Showmaker trying to dance around Clear, who's got a potential angle. Showmaker with the hero's entrance coming on through from the other side as Showmaker goes golden, gets the ethereal change while golden, needs to keep up. There's 4 members coming from Showmaker. The stacks! Oh no, the stacks!
No, the stacks eradicated. A blank book, no ink on the page. Showmaker goes down, and I mean,
I think I just said a lot of words in that fight. I'm not sure many of them were accurate.
No, not many of them made sense, Sam, but that's okay. It's ASI. Who needs words to make sense? We've got God Guo in this tournament. That's all we need here. There's still more violence. Braum passive. Oh my god, the Braum passive and the crushing blow kills him.
Okay, so ends up being a 1-for-1. Top laner for jungler in terms of who got the kills, though both junglers will end up in the Grey Squad.
Lucid did get that Dragon Steel earlier, which means that DK do actually have Chemtech
Soul
that
will be on vision. Can he keep Raptor in vision? He stops the blast cone angle. Ethereal change. Raptor can't get over. He's rooted.
He has flash. I can't get in range for the steal. They might look for the fight. Redemption coming down. Camille going in.
They're going to keep people back. That means the Atacon still going down. Rumble secures it with an Electro Harpoon. That'll be that working. Although aiming still alive, just about there with the wild growth. Cyclone knockup. Lucid low down. Diablo gets that one. She was also going to get broken as BFX turn up and FearX claim 3, and a lot of them go towards Diablo.
Yeah, FearX put the X on the grave of D+ around the fight. 3 dead. Now, can they stick around to get themselves turrets? They only have the one on the bot side right now. I assume they get themselves top lane out of turret after this. Diablo going to dash back through the tower to get this. D+, get the Atakan. Not going to lie, it's not been that useful though, has it? 17 petals? That's actually not that great of Atakan. Not all Atakans are created equal. Still 2-item Camille now, and that's normally where the breakpoint is for this champion, where you have the Triforce and the Starix. Sometimes it was the Sunder Sky or the Ravenous Hydra. I think in this game, going a little bit more defensive because you're behind makes sense. Dragon is now alive. Showmaker wants to get some poke. Not doing a huge amount though, not going to lie.
He's got Lucidity boots and a Zhonya's. His damage numbers aren't going to be fantastic.
I know those, but give your jungler back his shoes. Give him back the Lucid boots. I don't think you need them, mate.
They've made boots out of Lucid.
They made boots out of Lucid. I know, it's so inhumane. Vikla does have his ults. Could get himself into the play. Clear just off the vision. Clear maybe looking for the angle. Showmaker spots him out.
I'll do that. 7,000 HP to work with. Vikla is on a flank angle. Hughes spotting. Remember, the equalizer needs to be huge here, and I think it has just proven to be a very difficult team.
Decent damage onto Lucid. Here comes the Brawl Malt.
Yeah, Lucid is in so much danger. The redemption comes on and flashes away. Wild growth and all the while in the backline. Aiming is trapped within the Hextech ultimatum, and the Galio follows up with a hero's entrance, squashing him
clear.
Showmaker. Showmaker blows up the Lucian. They've killed off Brawl as well. She was in the pit, burning everyone alive. He goes golden. That's not bad work. Showmaker still alive. Raptor's dead. Clear looking at the backside. He's gotten the wrong shield, baby. They're going to try and find an angle for it. The hookshot goes wide. Shiwu flashing it out. Barbecue time. They've got Chemsol, baby.
Burgers with my fries. It's Fries Gaming. DK somehow.
They can still just do raw DPS numbers.
Aiming's gone for the shield bow, saying, okay, I need to just, I'm going to die a lot. Diablo's almost got blown up by Showmaker there. Didn't have a summon, which means that he has to now go and recall. There's a Baron, of course, for DK.
Bloody hell, they got that after the summon.
Yeah, they got the Baron, so they're pushing in through multiple turrets. And now this is a problem because they can just walk up and hit turrets. They don't need AoE CC if they can just walk up and say, your tower's gonna die. Showmaker, that could be a really bad TP.
Is it going to matter? Vikla takes a lot of... He's turned into a snowman! Do you want to kill a snowman? Maybe they do. As Showmaker gets some more value onto Raptor, they have to get over the equalizer. Nexus turrets now under siege as BFX have to play out the 4v5.
Yeah, the snowman killer of the flame spitter. They've really got that synergy. Vikla will walk up. He just teleported to his Nexus turret about 1,000 units away. Diablo has to cleanse away. Okay, Vikla trying to get the wave flow through. I don't think he's got enough. D+ Skia, how have they managed it?
With some spit, some fury, and a lot of hands diff, they just skirmish their way to victory. A Hextech ultimatum that they just ignore.
Fries,
baby! Get your junk food
okay,
here.
Ziggs is just saying, look, we're not gonna fight with you as much, but we can poke out, survive, and get farm. So I think DK, I mean, it's double AP, it's a little better with Bloodletter's Curse. Often you go Black Game 2 for BFX. I mean, we thought that hang on a second, Lucid, forcing the flash out of Raptor, Q not on target from Clear, gets the flash out of the Siren pretty easily, Lee Sin flying back in, his mind was telling him no, but his body was very much telling him yes, Counter-Strike does actually land. Not bad damage onto Shui, flashing out of the Q. The Q lands from Raptor, though. That could be a problem. Does he follow it? I don't think he does. Has to hop out. Clear trying to get the kill onto him, and he will be able to turn the kill back. Clear makes it a 1-for-1. Raptor keeps his flash, by the way. Lucid uses flash. Bees are hard. I didn't actually check the skin. So Dragon not going to be contested, question mark? With the Rend especially not really. Now, Kalista always wants those early objectives if you can help it. Hang on a second. Lucid could... Hook's going in. Lucid does have his flash back. Does he go in? Cooldown's coming back up. Gotta be careful. That's the Realm Wall coming down. But it's stopped by Showmaker. Gets himself the Nether Grasp in there. Lucid might have to flash over the wall. And does. Good stop there of the Realm Warp. Showmaker saving his team from Vikla joining the play a little bit more quickly. But that being said, it's a bit worrying that Lucid starting up the grubs a little bit... I was about to say a little bit of a slow early game. We've had some skirmishes. Showmaker stopped a Realm Warp earlier with his ultimate. Are we going to see a fight over this? I mean, there is a level 6 Lee Sin. Q lands onto one of the grubs instead. Want to take him, then kick back onto Lucid. Does have the Crescent Guard, and Raptor's taking damage. That's a lot of numbers from BFX here first, though. Lucid trying to take him down, won't be able to do so. 2 quick kills. They took 2 grubs, and BFX take 2 kills.
We'll take that every day of the week. That is great news. EK find themselves down. I said I'm quite a fan of the pre-chorus lines we're getting. Shu is going to have to flash away as he's rune prisoned and then kicked away from the turret. Will hop a little ways, but unfortunately one hop this time is not enough, and he will chow real smooth into the grave.
2 kicks this time. Raptor getting the right in the back.
Cool, real smooth.
Shut up. Amy's gonna get teleported on. BFX making a couple of big plays back to back. Vikla just got that kill topside, teleporting bot, maybe getting another hit. Aiming, teleporting away.
Vikla's now here with a rune prison, and Beryl, I think, will need to run a little ways away, but he's fine for now.
And also, Belgrath.
It'll be fine, it'll be fine. Realm Warp, Hook,
Vikla getting himself the rune prison in there. Raptor doesn't have flash or ult to kick him back, so Beryl will make it out with a decent amount of HP, but won't have enough to fight.
He's got spicy water balloons as aiming. Like, water balloon.
You ever been slapped by one of them thrown at high speed, Sam?
Yes.
Dangerous weapon, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to, back like a youth group we were part of, we used to play like Space Invaders, but with lots of people getting more.
Yes, so true.
It was very fun. Anyway, a little bit more gameplay of this one of a different retro variety. Good Renata all across the team.
Okay, as some damage comes on through. Flash for the Malzahar! Nether Grasp, and Diablo is going to get bailed out and actually gets to survive. But look who's here! She will make sure the death is finally confirmed. Clear now in danger as well, has to flash away. But there's the follow-up with the Audacious Charge. Rune Prison for a second or two. Hand shook, but all the while the Renata dies. It's a 2 for 2. It's messy. Counter-strike onto. Big value. And D plus Kira just skirmishing like gods this series. The Call of the Void silences the rise. And D plus Kira gets the ace.
There is so much deep-fried cholesterol in this game. My stomach can't take it. It is eventually. The first novel isn't actually.
Yeah.
But like, it eventually does get. Oh yeah, 35,000 words. Shiwa going on top side. Raptor's head lands the Q.
Ooh, Siwu is going to get back into the redemption just about. Beryl now here gets a staggering blows. TP's flying. How
coming in
do they
from
want
the
to go?
Ziggs. That's coming in from the Ziggs, and what that does mean is that if they do get a good fight here, they might be able to get the satchel in here. Diablo left alone. There's no Renata here.
Wind becomes lightning. The Audacious Charge. The Nether Grasp. And you will not pass go. You'll need a sticky end is what will happen. Beryl gets shook back in, and it's a very firm handshake. Will manage to go to the wall with the Reg line. Remember that.
Good sidestep. If they do survive long enough. Hang on, wait. So Lucid's died in mid lane, but no one dies top lane. I have no idea what happens there.
She was coming.
Clear didn't teleport. He ended up ulting into mid lane to kill Lucid as he was under that turret. I presume Lucid tried to take mid lane turret. Died the Scion ult and the CC. Teleport now coming in from the Scion top lane, which he saved from earlier.
Shiwu gets handshake into the decimating smash, but a Satchel charge away. Shiwu needs to counter strike, gets healed, needs to try and hop to someone. Are they going to let him get the range? I think they will. There he goes and gets out. Nice combo from Cullen and Clear, though.
Oh my god, this is
another TP.
Another teleport. I mean, can I just say, I want to reiterate this yet again. I watch a lot of LPL. I enjoy LPL. I am really enjoying casting. At this point in my life, I actually not sure I want to move countries again for like the second time in the last couple of years, really. My mental health, I'm not sure
I've done it so many times.
Sam's a little bit more practiced at it. I mean, honestly, I'd love to maybe do that at some point in my life. If they'd asked me 3 years ago, or if I'd had the chance to, maybe I would have done. But then again, I was less established, so it's a little bit harder to sell that right. But maybe, I mean, I love the LCK, I love the casters over there. Very, very talented. And of course, some big congratulations to Chronicler on his career over there. He's a real idol and an icon. Satchel will go into the mid lane. I'll take down that turret. I have to say, I'm getting a bit worried for BFX. I thought they'd got good control of this game. It's slipped away a little bit. They
have descended into the mud pit a bit.
They have used the Herald in top lane to get some turrets there. Turret plates there. Not turret plates. Well, a turret topside charge into the second one. And Raptor, he could be in trouble here, actually.
Raptor gets away with that. Gotta flash away. They're gonna try and realm warp out. The Meg with photobomb damage. They've interrupted it. Flash over the wall from Beryl. Wonderful angle and gets so much work done.
D plus Kia. I think they took that loss against Weibo maybe a little bit personally. Redemption was used to cut off one retreat angle. Vikla, I think he's dead here, folks. Slow, Satchel, dead rise. Shiwu picks up another kill.
Are you enjoying my various like little song interludes behind you all?
Because it's ASI, yes.
Yes,
I'm sure God Gwar approves.
Showmaker's now bot side. He should clear out this web.
Oh, interestingly, he's going towards the Rylai second, which it does work very well against a lot of this team, and it does work against something like that Callista. I was wondering if he'd go to something like that Bloodletters just to amp up the damage from both him. Does not care too much for the damage coming out of the Malzahar right now, so Clear will need to be an important part of this front line. If he gets into a good position and actually threatens cancels, that could be an issue.
Shiwu now through mid lane will be here, I think, on a good
There was
timer.
the Ziggs ult used onto the bot lane there too, so Callan Diablo a little bit of poke onto them, aiming doing just a free ball there.
See what he can again with a little bit but that Blackfire torch burn is decent enough. Can look to find the Shiwu flank angle. He's on vision while he's doing it. So they know he's here, and BFX have got Vikla off on an angle to stop him coming over.
So what's the plan from Shiwu?
The wall. Silence prevents a decimating smash.
It is the counter-strike coming through. Raptor potentially looking up to help Vikla. She was losing the trade against the Rise right now. Here comes Beryl.
With the hook, will force the Fate's call, but the turnaround CC is pretty damn good with the satchel charge and clear. Again, Silence. Again with the Malefic Visions turning around him. That's some scary damn honey. Shiwu looking for control on the backside. Lucid, Crescent Guard, value onto Diablo, who's got himself a bailout running, but not for that much longer. Whimper comes lightning. Now he needs to get the bailout. Doesn't get it. Shiwu flashes away. The hostile takeover lands onto no one. Lucid gets kicked and will maybe survive. The Rune Prison leads aiming to death. They're trying to realm warp out. They get one away. Clears out. Kellen on the other side, though, may well be forced into a silence. The Rylai slow, and the Voidlings are summoned. Another bailout that means nothing. It's scrappy again, but it is a D+ Gale win.
It is. Lucid dies, so they can't take the Atacon afterwards. They do get a bunch of kills. It is a 3 for 2, so it's not a crazy win in terms of the actual fight. They do get the Dragon. Teleport coming in bot side from Clear. Doesn't have ultimate. I think they're looking to catch out Shiwu if they can. He'll have to teleport out to safety.
In this bush, surely they do. They're TPing around to come on in and try and play this. Shiwu with like next to no mana means he's likely dead. Showmaker down, Beryl already here. They're TPing in again. They've got no one else who can join. I think this is going to be a 3v2. And Vikla's silenced. Beryl hooks away. Showmaker still trading well. How long until the Nethergrass? Good damage onto Beryl. Vikla gets exhausted, but too little too late. Aiming's now here. Misses the Mega Inferno Ball. Gets knocked back in. Aiming with a wonderful satchel will at least get that kill onto the right.
He did get the edge of the ultimate. Didn't look clear there, but the damage came through, and that's enough to kill Vikla. Dead for 40 seconds, but the damage the Rise did takes Shiwu off of the board. Lucid is back, aiming no ult. I'm not sure BFX should go for this, but they do have the rend to make this into a less of an even smite fight.
7 seconds on Showmaker, Nether Grasp. That will be a problem. Suppression, and then you can't smite at all. They need to get this down now.
How much can aiming do? You're absolutely right. That Nether Grasp is incredibly important. Teleport coming in from Shiwu. This is going very low.
Into the backline, with the audacious charge. The Crescent Guard away. Diablo low, trying to get inside there. Flash away to prevent the rend pull. Showmaker still throwing down the Malefic Visions, and the Voidlings are everywhere. It is a catastrophe. The pandemic courtesy of Malzahar brings everyone low as aiming bombs what remains.
BFX tried to roll a couple of teleports to kill Shiwu into an Atacon play, but DK are just rolling with the punches better. That has been the story of this series. D+ Kia, they're just mechanically outplaying in the fights. They're more coordinated. They see those angles to split up the fight and make it a mess. D+ Kia, such an entertaining team to watch.
We are now at 28 kills in 22.
There's even a chance that they could kill this tower and go for something there, right? There's a Void Staff on aiming, which means that he's doing significant damage to everyone, even Clear. I think Clear could die as the first turret first target rather, if things go wrong enough.
I completely agree. Again, Malzahar is quietly very good against tanks because of the amount of burn he does, the amount of percent HP damage he does. Raptor's going to try and jump through mid, but there goes the inhibitor. No Baron required, and that's a big deal.
Raptor's trying to take down the mid lane outer turret. Feels like it's a little too late. Won't be able to kill it. Shiwu defending both turrets at once here. There is the one grub on BFX. It's not like it's a 3 grub push where it'd actually be a threat there. DK will back off after taking that inhib. They might lose the inner turret if they... I guess not, but...
Leandri's done for Malzahar.
That's
stuff done for aiming.
That is actually huge.
The penetration is now very, very annoying.
Aiming's also close towards the Seraphs too, which will be really nasty in the late game because he's just stacked up that tier to max. It's kind of a bit of a luxury item at this point. Luxury wasn't lying to me. Anyway, Dragon's going to go to third DK. Second one for them. Still get themselves a bit more out of combat move speed.
Kia, alright.
Kia.
D+ Kia. Duck here. And then you turn the apostrophe into
Sometimes I feel like the Britishisms have gone too far, but there's always further they could go.
There's always further. I can go a lot deeper.
Diablo is very... Hang on a second. Diablo's actually very far from the rest of his team. There was an angle to maybe go for a bit of a play on. The tower's completely gone. Yeah.
Between Voidlings and the Ziggs passive, you shred him.
And we're getting to the point where the satchel is leveled up now at this point. Getting towards... I'm not sure if it's first or second, actually. I'm not entirely sure. But if you level up the satchel second, the execute threshold goes up as well with it, which means that it goes up from, I want to say, 15 or 20% up to 30% or something like that. Which part of the UK we're from? We're from around Notts. We're around the middle. Whoa! He's back! We needed to know this. He's voting for BFX, but I think he might be lying to us. The realm will cancelled.
He's giving false hope. He is a cruel and callous god at times. The hook lands, the fate seal comes on, and actually not a bad rune prison. And a CC General Shiwu is good. Hostile takeover. Wait. 1-for-1. Clear still low. That's still not that great because remember, there's still an Ethergrass. There's still the Malefic Visions. Raptor to the backside gets knocked up. The Crescent Guard leads to everyone unfortunately getting knocked around. That's not bad damage. Aiming just about survives. And Victor runs away.
For a second, I thought we had the most legendary Grasshopper Blessing that we have ever seen. Not that we see many of them. A kill for Beryl onto Vikla. He'll get himself his first kill of the game. It might actually be his only one. I think this will be the end of the game. Aiming will have satchels to execute the towers. I think they'll be ending the game and the series shortly after.
We were worried about a 9-game day, and D+ Kid just laughed at our face and said, you should have just believed. Some excellently fun comps from them today, and they managed to, with style and verve and elegance, bring us to the...
buy some space time and also start these CC combos. I quite like Down One's comp. I think D+ have done a pretty good job of finding ways to start fights. I think some of their comps...
He's got 4 CS.
He has 4 CS. If he gets level 3 before the dive, he can taunt. That maybe changes things. Okay, this maybe changes things. We'll see.
Gets the punch. That's going to be a big taunt, and Aiming has to take the turret shot. Beryl's taking another. He's dead.
Oh dear, that's going to be a heated up turret going to lose. It won't kill him. 1-for-1 with Kingen still having a TP is decent. Shu was forced off the farm here, with Kingen having teleport on the way back towards bot lane. I suppose it's a better trade for Kingen, I suppose.
Aiming's still here and hasn't reset properly, by the way.
He has to now, because he's solo HP, he needs to be that is a hell of a funny silhouette. Oh my god, Shiwu!
That's not a great flash. What were you thinking, my son?
Tower shot will go on to Shiwu. Aggro juggled well. This goes to lower bracket where they will await the winner of Weibo versus BNK Therex. Gideon's topside, sir.
Yes, he is. Kingen gets a bit of a charge there. Chunk there onto Shu. Doesn't really lead to all that much. The CS leaders largely even up there. I think there's a bit more of a wave gold. So in the end, not the cleanest.
Realm Lob's coming up. Showmaker's coming up to protect. The global's been used. Showmaker is here to defend. How quickly can he get it?
Taking turret aggro. You want to try and hold the person with aggro under the turret. That will be a 1-for-1.
It will be a 1-for-1. Showmaker uses the flash. Important
Down the
resource.
river.
Use that. Yeah, Luthor's coming up, has Flash, has Cyclone.
Someone will be eating a Cyclone!
Cyclone!
Won't necessarily, actually. They decide not to pull that particular trigger.
Oh, wow, they completely baited us with that narrative device.
I know. The
so I'm not going to
lie.
Exactly! Oh, wonderful. Ratzahar.
Oh, that would be funny. I tell you what, if ever one day Lost Returns win Worlds...
You need a... Yeah.
Then you know like how Coma got the...
Ooh, Zenith Blade flashed away from under turret. Lahan's Dragon's on a bit of an extended journey, had a connecting flight to catch into the middle of mid lane.
Oh, hang on. There's a Gideon here. Showmaker just lost his shield. Calyx about to get dove. I think we're going to get repeated dives on both sides. Cyclone #1. Turret shots get fried, and Calyx actually survives this. Turret's going to have to press on top side, but Showmaker's not dove.
Okay, and they don't have enough of a wave. Not there. So, in fact, not enough of a wave is, in fact, no wave at all. Yeah. To go redive. So that's a good escape there. Good survive by Calyx.
Surfing.
What?
There's no wave.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, if we had no, if we did, if that guy Gru actually did steal the moon, you wouldn't be able to go surfing.
That's true. I feel like it would do quite a lot of awful things to Earth's
It
gravity.
would do quite a lot actually. Solarflare into mid lane. Beryl has used the heal, has no flash.
There's a Spellbook Nautilus that has no tankiness at all, really, and so dies.
It was really aggressive.
It was. He died. It needs to be aggressive.
Gideon, I mean, he has flash, he has knockups.
Yeah, both of these guys do, so I think you can't really freely nether grasp here. Gets a good amount of damage down before that happens. There's a... like this!
Pause! They cancelled the stream!
Oh, they cancelled it!
They cancelled the stream. Kingen will make it out alive as the feed got slightly... Folks, this is on their end.
This is on us. This is on us.
Maker's died again.
Wow. Well, they'll get the
Nymera cancelled. Yeah, don't say Nymera just cancelled it. I didn't. I was changing the quality of the stream to see if it helped. I did.
Literary wise.
Dragon taken by DK. G left to... Hang on a second. Is there a blast cone play here? What is he doing? What is he doing?
Definitely should have cancelled that one.
Dare I say it? That might be the worst Malzahar play I've ever seen.
Gideon goes down. As they at least get something back, so that's not bad actually. On Death Charge with the Jiwoo.
I can't believe I just saw that. This is the Malzahar that keeps on giving to the enemy team. What has he just done? That may actually be the worst Malzahar play I've ever seen. He just blast coned into the enemy turret and 3 members and instantly died.
Kingen does get a fair amount of speed. She was about to nearly run out of damage. Oh my god, she will get away with it. She will ulting in, gets blasted by the staggering blows and aiming flashes out. Now Lehens is in danger, doesn't have a flash. Escape one down. There's Lucid here as well. Nimbus strike, crushing blow and a rocket.
Just put the fries in the bag, man. Everyone making aggressive plays and somehow, I don't know, making a good response.
Yes.
Showmaker did not bait them into
He's
doing it.
gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again. There's another grasp. They're gonna kill him. See, all set up, all been calculated.
God, CC under turret. Gideon coming up towards top side. There's a teleport coming in from the Kai'Sa as, well, not the Kai'Sa, but Jew is around with his ult available now. They might just run it down.
Good damage. Actually, look at aiming. He's going to blast people in. Wonderful double knock-up afterwards with the Cyclone. Gideon now getting run out. He's got the Call of the Void to work with as the silence comes on down. It means that Jiwoo falls afterwards as the Malefic Visions continue to trigger.
That was a much better aggressive play from D+ Kier. They bring everyone to the right side of the map, and aiming is doing a ton of work. The Corki is in a great power
Dragon
started by Nongshim.
Battle Herald,
DK using the Herald in mid lane, not using the Battle Herald. That's a play to bot side.
Jiwoo will get the Killer Instinct on top of the Rumble, who tries to ult in time, gets a little bit of value from it, but not a huge amount. Dragon's going down all the while. Flash for the Zenith Blade, flash out from Showmaker. Keeps himself safe. In comes the Hero's Entrance, but that means that King is now in a difficult spot. Loose in the backline with a Cyclone. Takes the Dragon as well. Second set of Cyclones. The inclement weather continues. It's a Category 5 angle as Gideon goes in with the Audacious Star, throws out his own Crescent Guard. The Eye of the Storm, perhaps, as Showmaker's about to get Realm Walked on. Will silence everyone immediately. They get Gideon, but he gets traded back on top of it. All the while the damage on the King, who tries to get the Justice Blood and hits the wall!
Nongshim, they've just... Noodles are everywhere. Spaghetti's falling out of the pockets. Noodles falling out of the bowl as they shouldn't have gone for that dive. Losing 2 kills on the back end of it makes what was, I guess, a pretty serviceable situation. Get a couple of kills into Mongus, much worse. Calyx has flash. He's going to root out. Can he escape? I'm not sure. He'll just about get away. Lucid he can't close the gap quite quickly enough. Nongshim, that was a dive.
Broadcast one day.
Yeah. Well, you heard it here first, but actually, no, you didn't. You've never said it. Lehens doesn't have flash. He's probably dead here.
Lehens will die a death and does.
Yeah. Lehens never die, except this one. Beryl doesn't land the hook. Well, he does, just onto the wall.
This one over by Blue Buff.
Yeah, it doesn't really follow in the right kind of song, you know.
Yeah.
So Atacon is now spawned. It's on the top side of the map.
There's
Lehens
a really
is dead.
good t-shirt idea. We said Legends never die and have an asterisk, except in like these cases enough. Like the player you really dislike and you've solo killed the most, and all the various times you killed them.
Calyx is on bot lane turret, taking that. I mean, do you just let Atacon go for free? He could teleport up. Doesn't look that... look, okay, they're completely giving this over. Now, I want to see how many petals they get from it. They have 19 already. They should get another couple of out. King is face checking.
Get nether grasped, nerd.
That is really not where you want to be. He will not be able to ult himself out to success, off to safety. We'll get out really easily.
Yeah, he just kind of didn't expect them to be there, I don't parody. More than
exactly.
anything else.
That is,
and various skeletal memes.
That is 100% what I've seen more. That is a very bad barrel.
He will get some redemption off, but not quite time to keep himself alive. That's equalized, not bad at all. Gideon's going to be forced to Crescent Guard, loosen the back line, can look for a second set of Cyclones, and does. Oh, he just ulted into the Cyclones, and G was kind of interrupted. Good damage onto the Leona. In comes the Hero's Entrance. It's not enough. Aiming still free-firing, and the damage comes on through the Call of the Void. Silences Calyx. Aiming again on the Corki, just keeps shredding people. And D+ Kia punish the death of their support with a full ace.
Oh, there's a Call of the Void, and no one's answering because everyone's dead on the other side of the phone. Nongshim do take... Flame is a very good musical artist. Yeah. I did go see him at a gig once, and he blew out his speakers. He did. So it was like, my dude, the speakers aren't working. Anyway, that was fun. Most of it. You think about the anecdote? Hang on a second.
I was not sure I can just say the anecdote is the problem.
Yeah, that is the problem. Calyx is core. He does have flash. I don't think he's going to get a chance to use it. Nether grasp. Grasp it firmly.
Grasp what firmly?
Calyx. Well, he's gone.
Yeah. Grasp
it firmly. He does use that flash.
And shake it up and down until it dies.
I do need to see like a Malzahar meme. I need to see the Patrick Star meme of like just getting to hold the damn thing firmly. Flash forwards from Barrel.
Oh, the staggering blows come on forwards, and Lehens is now in a lot of danger. Gets Gatling gunned and taken out as aiming continues his rampage. 9-0 10-0. It's Showmaker with a burn. There's enough honey fruit there to keep him alive. Equalizer was speculative. speculative.
Jiwoo just about surviving. There was that speculative ultimate. If they had landed the burn, probably would have killed Jiwoo, just about making it out. Won't be able to save their turret, though. Both mid lane and bot lane broken at the inhibitor turret. Actually, no, not quite. Mid lane one still standing. Another hook
Firelight slow to the core of the voice. They can't run away. It's the Antarctic out here, and no one's got any hand warmers. The keys just won't get pressed, and they're all going to die a horrible death.
Is that, you know, I don't know, suggested articles of clothing?
It is when you're trying to play a PC game in which mechanical movements
Why are we
done
playing
by
League of Legends in the Antarctic, sir?
to have super cool computers.
Yeah, so it turns out ASI is the Antarctic Invitational.
Just
I don't know why we've got an S in there. Yeah, welcome to the Antarctic. Got a grasshopper this time. Make up for this flightless bird.
Ping, ping.
Lens doesn't have flash. He's going to get caught out in the river again. There's another grass waiting for him if they really need it. I don't think they will. Lens will die for a 6th time this game.
Yeah, this is how you know it's a penguin. It's the man in the penguin suit.
Oh, shut up. Baron's going down. DK. They couldn't end the game just last time, but I think this will be without a doubt the next time. Realm Warp onto Showmaker will get the silence and the grasp.
That's pretty brutal, and unfortunately Calyx will fall, and a desperate attempt to come and engage will not happen. As a VIP treatment for the rest of Nongshim, caught on the red carpet. Down goes Gideon. The jungler is given a very warm welcome indeed.
Easy as you like, bait him in. Siwoo lands the Electro Harpoon. Jiwoo, you can ult as much as you want, and actually it might just be enough. Forcing the flash out. Can you escape that rampant Malzahar? Get him, B-man. I don't think he's fast enough. The ghost on Jiwoo. We'll get a make him escape.
The Call of the Void comes out, throws and silences some more people. He's here to sell you honey. Got like antioxidants in it.
Beehive's actually multi-level marketing schemes. These are questions. These are questions.
I know you have an ankle. I can't with this absolute madness occurring in the background.
Questions
I can't do this deep philosophical question.
The inhibitors are falling as just so many minions of bees and voidlings march forwards.
Well, towards the Nexus turrets we go, and we have to dwell on deeper thoughts as D plus Kier are looking to end the game and begin philosophizing about the finals. I fumbled that word because I've not said it out loud before, and that's just the way of these things sometimes. As Nongshim, I think, also a little bit shell-shocked at this point, as they've got to try and manage the one remaining turret. They've got to hook onto the minion, but then goes Lahens. Here comes the hero's entrance. A last gasp that isn't badly timed. Showmaker, unfortunately for them, though, survives, and the visions are malefic indeed. I don't know what they saw, but it was clearly not pretty. AI-generated images. No, take it off my screen. It's truly malefic, and therefore D plus Kier win the game.
I've never heard malefic. Talia. That was when Talia's base. Oh, okay. Casted it into double AP solo lanes. All right, Showmaker pulling out a champion, which we and an eco sure where he gets the components he wants. We haven't seen exactly what build he's going to go towards. Gideon coming towards bot side. Beryl, do you get some damage onto him? We'll use the healing shrine to do a little bit. Flash evolution, maybe it does. First blood to Gideon using the summoner. Dead Bard. Beryl goes down. Top side, Shiru trading out with Kingan. Did have the level 6 early. Kingan doesn't have that just yet. Needed one more minion. There were points in the past where you just go Seraphs and drop some of the HP of the Rod of Ages. So they go a little bit more damage with that one. There were points where it was Everfrost casted as well, of course, back in the past. First grub taken by Nongshim. Might look for the second here as well. Lucid has the level 6, gets himself to Martial Cadence Hour to attack. Lucid getting the dunk in and out. Vi flies backwards, forwards, back again. Lucid does manage to get out with the flash. Oh, aiming, not bad. There's used the culling. Jiwoo has transcended oneself, and the smite goes towards the Vi. 3 grubs for Nongshim, no kills for DK. It was a bit of a worry there. Remember what we were saying? You know, don't skirmish too early with the Cassidin. There was a bit of a worry that they were buying into a fight that they don't really have cinema team as well, for better or for worse. Dragon gets started by Nongshim. Back to this series right here and now.
Quite slow so far.
Yeah.
Which is probably good news for the Cassidin team on the whole.
Yes, on the whole, aiming, flashed onto. Remember, no flash from that Gragas play. Bard ult defensively, but the flick back is there waiting after.
It will be. Gets over the wall. That's not bad for him. Where was the seismic shot?
Maybe it was used. I might have just missed the particle in amongst the mess of the tempered fake. Barrel, double stun!
Oh, that's pretty good going. Ignite onto the Cataclysm, and they bring down the Talia, who thought they had the pick onto aiming and did not, but they actually turned it around pretty well. But the flash 3-man counter-strike! It's a clone to get involved with it, but that'll do just fine. Some bots for your teammates, as it works in the source code as well. Gideon's there as well.
Yeah, it's a 3-man counter-strike from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
And the most at the wave. Instead, teleport back in.
Continues to speak even as his co-commentator.
How extraordinary.
How extraordinary.
Aiming has the culling back up. I use it here actually. Misses the W. Important to hit that. Hang on a second.
Off the clone. That's very nice. We'll change codes and get back towards the casting tone of voice as Lucid Does slide away, gets himself a little bit up here.
Yo,
Yeah.
Barrel's on it. He's on one right now. I mean, using the clone. I mean, that's one of the reasons why Bard is good into Nico, of course. You can use their clone to stun them. You need to wait for it to arm just half a second. It takes a little while for it to come into view. Quick Q out of the Bard ultimate. Barrel using the T1 Bard, by the way. Wrapping Carrier's skin.
Whee! Explosive cask will send Shiwu on a little journey towards his own bush. And then we'll clear up this wave under the
What kind of bush? A hydrangea bush?
I don't know. It's
Peonies?
what? So you know the comedian and politician Eddie Izzard.
Yes.
Do you think you could have some voiceovers of Lucid putting down a Demacia instead of saying, do you have a flag?
Do you have a flag? That'd be very fun.
That would be
That was a very good skit. Lucid going in, misses the knockup.
Puts the
Does
flag and
have
asks
the
them whether
dunk.
they have a flag. Showmaker will yell at them a bit with a Nether Sphere and look to throw down some Vulpur Bladey kind of things, but out comes the pop.
Great
Not a
Bardol.
huge amount of value because you're right, that Bardol was fantastic. The double knockup with the flag and drag, that was much better.
Oh, the dunk!
Afterwards, it is brilliant. Lucid low, but all the while reminders Showmaker continue to cycle through a load of options. Needs to rift, walk away, and does so. Jiwoo through the magical journey, but Amy continues to shoot them all down. The gunslinger makes it the Wild West and comes away with 3.
D plus Kia are online. The Castellan uses their lead. Barrel has a lower bracket run now if they were to lose this game. By the way, Castellan doesn't need level 16. Level 11 is a much bigger spike these days. It's definitely really big, giving you this lower cooldown like this on it. He can jump forward one more time if he wants to. He'd be trading his life for it. Lahen's in danger now, actually. There was a tunnel over the back of the wall.
Flash for flash. Unfortunately, it's not timed right with the counter-strike, and Calix just gets blasted. Solo kill for the Jacks.
Yeah, D plus Kia, they are really online. Jiwoo hops out of a queue.
Ooh, aiming will go down, but I think the damage is done. That's the support for the turret gone. The wave has lost the turret under siege. Gideon being attacked by Beryl, who is actually winning that 1v1. That's hilarious.
Bloodsong and meeps, baby. Chimes flying through the air.
Meep. You know that meme of like the really muscular arm driving people down?
Yes,
like,
I
that's
do.
Beryl. That's right down as that is.
Oh my god, just put Nongshim in the way of it. The noodles are mine. He'll be doing that.
Someone's gonna do an edit of this, and no context will make sense of any of this.
No. I mean, that's the job, Sam. That is the goal. That's why I'm here. Lucid going on towards the Herald, absolutely right. Yagao on my goat. DK wanting to fight over this Herald. Nongshim setting up shop on it, teleporting in with the Gragas. She doesn't have teleport, he's going to be a little bit later. 5v4 for now.
Aiming there, look at the click, aiming and fire. We'll look for some more damage. Lehen throws out what he thinks is a clone, but it's not. It's a bomb blossom. He baited them by pressing the S key. Wonderful stuff. Beryl needs to flash magical journey out. We'll do so. Put the turret shot. Turrets! No! Beryl, not like this.
2 deaths for DK. They lose Lucid and Barrel. Decent play from Nongshim there. Lahen's trying to make his mark with that engage. Showmaker leaves for a sideline and says, screw it, I'm out. I want my items. He's still at a pretty strong point of power, but any more scaling for a Castellan always goes nice. Dragon is available too. Now, hang on. Jiwoo might have overstayed here. He doesn't have a flash. I actually think they can go onto him. He has his ult to dash out once. Jiwoo should be able to follow him.
Look for it. Gets a fair amount of damage and does. Nice chunk. And gets the kill.
Hey.
Alex now in danger. Will look to hop on forwards and get more rift walks. Walk 500 kills.
So that would walk 500 miles. But,
Yeah, it
okay,
is.
that's
Da
good.
da
so much.
da.
Da 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 da. You missed out a duh.
Da da da.
Da 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 da.
It's not.
Da 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 da. Yeah.
Da da da.
No.
It is da
Da
da.
la da.
It does that a little bit later.
No.
Da 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 da.
Thank you for the gift sub, Elden John. Cousin to Elden Ring, of course. How could we forget them? We appreciate you. Thank you for the gift sub. It makes a lot of difference to us. Showmaker still safely farming out in the sideline. Happy to sit around on half HP. He is very, very happy right now. Flick back onto Barrels. Actually kind of nice that.
Beryl will get through the Wolf Pit wall with a magical journey. Will be just fine.
I left for water. What happened? Magic, Cinema. Shiwu is half
Silly
HP?
cast and the
I do actually wonder if they can kill him with just one more round of cooldowns. It's getting pretty close. Here we go.
Cast into the wall. Needs to get the season desist. The counter strike is decent. King is going to take a turret shot and die.
Oh, he's stunned on a turret!
Oh my god, redemption! He's going to take another turret shot. The redemption nearly in time. Out comes the rest of D plus Kia though. No! It was all the best magical journey of all time, it has to be said.
No, that was a magical trip to the shops. It's like a 5-minute jaunt to the local like corner stop.
It's a magical sojourn.
That is a word of all time. Gideon has no flash. Gideon will get cooled down. Gunned down like the jungler he is. Get aiming, will clean up that kill.
That's the one.
You're upset about Bard, but not Yuumi? Yeah, Yuumi, I'm like, well, you know, everyone knows it's bad, but people actively like Bard. Good flick back, just about misses.
Let's do a fair amount of work. I also just think people spammed Yuumi when nearly every enchanted was Giga Busted and people refused to play them.
Lucid!
That's a nice angle. The Tempered Fate will get a lot of damage down as Lehens gets blown up before he can pop his Blossom. That's a big old deal as Calyx needs to get on out and does so for now, but the Rift Walk is now charging on up. Showmaker, the moment he hits will do a lot of damage. They do blow up the jump and the TP behind. Cask away, buying some time, aiming with a massive shield. Big stun onto Calyx, who eats a Void Pulse and another blade, and Kassadin is Rift walking all over them with some big old boots. They were made for Rift Walk.
And they're gonna Rift Walk all over Nongshim. He's hit, and King and decided, yep, that's just not my scene. I'm not gonna be here. His teleport will be cancelled as well. She with full channels up the counter strike. And King will have to use that cast. I think he's probably dead anyway. It's either gonna be him. If it really comes to it, Showmaker can come chase him down, flash over, and she will get that kill into his opposing number.
390 for him, nice damage on in. Only the first death for the Gragas, and she was feeling pretty pleased about it all. Another turret goes down, and D plus Kier. They have been styling on people today. Lots of fun draft.
And he's even got a Malignance now as well.
Oh, no.
So his ult has an extra, what, 80 cooldown reduction? 80 ability haste. This guy is so fed.
He has so much mana, so much ability haste, so much ability to not just walk. He can, like, scale Everest. He can walk wherever he so pleases.
So he's getting a good trade against Shiwu. I'm not going to lie. I don't think they win this one.
Sundered Sky does quite a lot of work, and now we're going to see more Rift Walks and the Nether Blades.
Wow.
This Rift Walk really stings.
Jeez. I mean, Showmaker 406, Shiwu 8 and 1. Solo Lane's doing an awesome job here. I actually think Barrel's been doing really well too. It's been a good ensemble performance from DK. Like,
it is.
Realistically, the draft was good. They got enough resources to the people they needed to go to, and Nongshim have not really been able to make aggressive plays.
Yeah, one seal to rule them all. Got 10 ring raids apparently to work with him as the souls have been brought. Continues to look for a little bit more damage. It is the end of the second age, namely game 2. He's just doing so much work. Doesn't have all that much mana though, so may need to go back to Mount Doom, namely his fountain to recharge.
Yeah, he had the no mana. Would need to hit that W onto a target. The
Void Pulse?
No Void Pulse.
No,
and particularly because when you get up to max stacks of your ultimate, it's like 1600.
Yeah, it costs a lot of mana.
Insanely high stacks. He does have flash. He might still die. He has in fact died.
Did get a lot of mana back though. That's quite cool. He could look to do some more of it. He did not hop onto the shield.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
The Null's Fear. They're going to throw out some Nether Blades. The Tempered Fate comes on down. Showmaker will hop on out. Has still got his ult charged. He can drop right back over the wall and finish what he started.
Showmaker destroying the backline. Gets another for good measure as well. He will TP back onto the play after the King is just dancing around. I think he knows the score here, folks. Shiwu and King and gentleman's agreement. Whoa,
that's not bad. He messed it up.
He missed it. You can see the look. That's my 22 Worlds Finals MVP
Mickey
right
X
there.
would never. Mickey X would never. That's all I'm saying.
Fails the Panudu combo. Can't get the bot back. The alley-oop, and he'll die for the attempt.
Showmaker's here.
Showmaker will not take this assault to gameplay. We'll wait for him to burn down the Malignance.
No.
And the last W, they're really making fun of it now.
8-0-6. This is a desperately strong Showmaker who's decided to turn his Dark Ring into a very dangerous looking book there and back again. I
really quite like how they called it a bombant. Oh my god, is that Gragas Bombadil? Because Mordekaiser is Morgoth and his boss. Because remember, and I think that LeBlanc is Saruman because she is kind of.
I think it's Viego. You know why?
Yeah.
Because
Karthus, hard.
Oh god, Karthus not about. Karthus doesn't have that much lore anymore. Is the problem. Like his lore's just kind of been not considered.
Silvercaster don't understand six-pack. So funnily enough, I think we actually might be casting six-pack in an arena tournament after this point.
We are literally six-packs on the arena tournament.
So we actually do know ball.
Yeah, so I was literally doing a segment with six-pack a month ago. I was him and Rusty Sniper.
Oh, damn.
Were running around.
Gideon has been
Stockholm
chased off of his own base. But what the hell?
It was basically
kidding?
Yeah, we had a break between games in the Lost Returns final series, and so what happened is we actually about to have the game end for like maybe 2 minutes because we need to see the ending of the Lord of the Dark Seal, legally distinct from Jolkin, Rolkin, Tolkien.
Shut up. Show me your own boss side. He has a Magi's Feather, he has a Seeker's Step. Going in with the Tempered Fates.
And in comes the counter. Pop Blossom for some team fighting. Full contact as it may be. D plus Kier just hit harder. And unfortunately, the backs are broken. The cease and desist comes on through. But Showmaker says, and go and call Aunt on this one. Call Uncle. Showmaker needs to jump away. Stays alive on sub 100 HP. But it will not matter as Nongshim are blasted. Aced on their fountain. And D plus Kier do it in incredible style. A 10-0-7 Kassadin sends them to the finals.
ASI has its first finalists in its